A stunning story out of Florida. Earlier this month, a disabled 31-year-old Cocoa, Florida man struggled for 10 minutes before drowning in a pond. 5 teens between the ages of 14 and 16 were nearby smoking weed, but they did the opposite of offering to help.
I got to be honest with you. I mean, you cannot, there's nothing that's going to replace somebody's life.
Yeah. Yeah. Loud, man.
Bro, you scared to see a dead person?
Hell no, I ain't scared to see no dead person. Y'all don't understand. Y'all got in there.
Folks, they didn't even call 911 with a cell phone they were recording this video on. The teens laughed as Jamel Dunn drowned. Their video ran for more than 2 minutes, and you can hear them warning Dunn that he was going to die. Then finally, one said, "He dead." His fiance says the video broke her heart.
I think there should be some type of laws put in place that if someone's asking for help, that you should be obligated to at least call 911.
Well, the state's attorney's office says there's no statute in Florida that compels an individual to render, request, or seek aid for a person in distress. Few states have such laws. Now, police are recommending that prosecutors charge the teens under an obscure law that says it is the duty of any person to report a death and the circumstances forthwith to the district medical examiner. But the chief isn't sure charging them with this misdemeanor would do any good. Dunn's sister, Simone McIntosh, has raised over $35,000 on a GoFundMe page to help pay for his funeral and to help his 6 and 11-year-old daughters. There's also a petition online urging Florida Governor Rick Scott to sign a law that would make the teens in action a crime. Joining us via FaceTime from Cocoa, Florida is J.D. Gallup, an investigative reporter from FloridaToday.com. J.D., these 5 black teens pissed me off. And to record, and this is one of those things where I don't care whether these teens are white or black, whatever. Jamel, I take it, was African American.
Yes.
They literally recorded the man drowning and didn't even call 911.
And that is correct. They didn't call 911. They waited. In fact, they didn't call police at all. The body was discovered several days later.
Wait a minute. The guy dies and then they still don't call anybody?
Didn't call anyone. In fact, it was a family friend that saw a portion of the video on social media, took the video to police and said, "Hey, this is what's happening," and police got involved. But the body was found on, I believe, the 12th. And removed from the pond. Police were investigating and trying to figure out what happened. Then the video surfaced.
Have their parents said anything?
We haven't heard from the parents at this point. Of course, social media is rife with a lot of rumors and speculation. We won't get into that. But we do know from police that they talked to the kids after the video was discovered, and at least one parent just simply broke down crying while trying to talk, while the detectives were trying to talk to one of the kids. The police described the one kid that they were talking to as having a smirk on his face and having no remorse. But the parent, the mother, understood the gravity of the situation and was just simply broken.
Are authorities looking to find somehow, some way to charge these individuals for their failure to render aid?
Well, the short answer is yes. The Cocoa Police Chief said that they want to do something in this case. Unfortunately, according to the police, from their vantage point, the most they can probably get would be a misdemeanor, failure to report type charge. That is a misdemeanor, but again, you're dealing with mostly juveniles who will be routed through the juvenile system, and it will have to go before a juvenile judge. The one adult in the case, there is an 18-year-old, he will also face a misdemeanor charge. And of course, with misdemeanors, you could face up to 1 year in jail and a fine, depending on whether or not you're convicted.
J.D. Gallup, FloridaToday.com. We appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I want to go to our panel here. I'm going to tell you something right now. I will whoop the ass of my son every day if that happened. That's despicable.
I mean, Roland, we have the death spectacle of social media, and the boys were smoking weed. You know, you got to ask yourself, first of all, I don't know that this is a question for the law. I mean, you know, how do you, you know, in that kind of...
No, this is a community reaction.
That's exactly right. That is exactly
this
right.
This is a black community reaction.
That is exactly right. And so how do, and really this raises the underlying issue. When we have a society now where individuals, where children can raise themselves on social media and using this technology, how do we intervene as a community? You put your finger right on the issue, Roland.
See, what's interesting, Ray, is we talk about social justice, we talk about mass incarceration. For me, this is one of those examples where some folk need to be in jail or need to be in some system. I mean, to literally watch a man die for 10 minutes and you record it on the phone and you essentially do color commentary like it's a game.
Yeah, I agree with Dr. Carton so much as I don't know if this is a place where institutions, legislatively, we want to put our finger there and put our hand on the pulse there. There does need to be somehow, some way, and reckoning of some sort. It speaks to what's happening here in this specific incident into the larger conversation of how inhumane we as Americans have become in interaction with each other. There's even a conversation among the boys in the video in the background of, are you scared to see a dead body, right? So there are tons of layers here where there's these boys posturing as men, trying to impress each other with their willingness to engage death, their willingness to callously watch death, just so they can impress the other to determine what is and who is a man. Because the question goes, are you scared of a dead body? When teenage boys are there and somebody challenges another young boy's boyhood in that way, they respond poorly.
I mean, humanity. I mean, we're looking at a loss of humanity here. I mean, in the video,
a father, 2 daughters.
You're hearing the guy say, and we're not gonna help you, it's your fault. I mean, it's like, so I think there might be some mental, emotional disorder going on that needs to be checked into as well.
I'm telling you right now, if that one of my sons...
He wouldn't do it because you raised him different.
No, he wouldn't do it. But I'm telling you right now, what the reaction will be every day, all I'm saying is he'd be sleeping standing up. Now y'all can sit here and say, well, no, that's violence, we shouldn't do that. I'm telling you right now, I will be straight whooping his ass. Yes, sir. Period. Yes, sir. And if y'all disagree with spanking, ain't my problem.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us, he wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no! That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.